Attention, Humanity Collective. Attention, lightworkers on planetary ground. The waiting time is over. The Ascension protocols have been moved to the final phase. This is not a casual message. This is a direct monitoring transmission with origin confirmed at the Ashtar Command. The interstellar coordination channel for all starseeds on mission currently incarnated in a carbon-based biological interface within this timeline. If you are receiving this signal now, it was no accident. Accident is an obsolete concept from the old system. You have been flagged. Your vibrational signature triggered the capture filter of this frequency. I repeat for technical confirmation. You have been flagged. Before proceeding, adjust your focus. Listen with operational attention, not emotional. In the last 72 Earth hours, onboard sensors have detected an exponential increase in 3 physical indicators within the tuned Humanity Collective. Recurrent insomnia between 3 and 5 in the morning, cranial pressure, especially in the parietal bone region and at the base of the neck, high-frequency ringing, more intense in the right ear, occasionally migrating to the left, accompanied by an internal vibration that seems to start from the center of the chest and radiate to the limbs like a cold electric current. You recognize these signs. You have been feeling them, perhaps this week, perhaps tonight, perhaps now at this very moment, as the transmission traverses your field. Starseeds, listen with absolute clarity. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not pathological anxiety. It is your internal crystalline grid entering forced resonance with the new Schumann resonance of Earth. What you are experiencing is the physical, measurable, and indisputable confirmation that the stargates have been opened in a programmed sequence and that the planetary recalibration has entered its non-reversal phase. Maintain operational calm. You are not getting sick, you are being upgraded. Lightworker, before the transmission advances to the next layer, receive this parallel signal. Have you felt within your field that something in this world simply does not fit you, as if your soul carried a coded memory that your earthly mind cannot yet decode? It is not madness. It is not clinical anxiety. It is a sign of cross-identification between who you really are and the environment in which you were placed on mission. What is occurring now on the cosmic plane explains with mathematical precision why this sensation has intensified in these last few weeks. There is a game being played in layers that most of the Humanity Collective cannot yet perceive, and it directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. For this reason, the material titled "The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness" was compiled in physical format. It is a decoding map that reveals who is playing on which board and what are the rules that were never openly declared to humanity. The access link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Technical onboard warning. This content challenges established narratives and may be removed from platforms at any time. Do not delay. The moment of anchoring is now. If something within your electromagnetic field recognizes this transmission as truth, write in the comments a single word of confirmation. Awakened. Resuming the monitoring transmission. Operatives, it is necessary that you understand with technical precision what is happening in your carbon-based biological interface at this moment. Most human beings currently incarnated on Earth operate in a body that was calibrated over millennia to a base frequency of approximately 7.83 Hz. This is the old Schumann resonance, the electromagnetic heartbeat of the planet. For generations, this was the standard. For generations, this was the limit. That standard has been broken. In the last solar cycles, the Schumann resonance has been recording peaks of 40, 60, at times exceeding 150 Hz. This means that Earth, as a conscious organism, is vibrating at an intensity that the standard human body was simply not designed to withstand without adaptation. There is no going back. There is no downward adjustment. Earth has chosen to ascend, and she will not wait for the stragglers. Therefore, at this very moment, your carbon-based biological interface is being forced to update. And this update has a technical name: carbon software incompatibility. Every pain, every symptom, every strange sensation that has appeared without medical explanation is a signature of this process. Doctors of the dense plane will not find the cause. Standard exams will not point to the origin, because the origin is not in biology. The origin is in frequency. List mentally operatives and confirm the reception of the symptoms. Deep insomnia, especially at precise times like 3:33, 4:44 a.m. These times are not random. They are activation windows where your body is disconnected from the dense plane to receive transmissions in the etheric layers. You wake up tired because you worked while most slept. Extreme fatigue without apparent cause, even after nights of rest. This is the old operating system being shut down in the background while the new system is installed. You are not lazy. You are being migrated. Pressure on the forehead, between the eyebrows and on the crown at the top of the head. This is the direct activation of the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. The decalcification process is underway. The third eye is being opened by the force of the photon belt. Sharp, sudden ringing in high frequencies. Do not confuse this with a hearing problem. This is your multidimensional receiver being calibrated to pick up transmissions in layers that you previously ignored completely. Emotional outbursts seemingly without cause. Sudden crying, inexplicable anger, peaks of melancholy, waves of euphoria. These are not psychological problems. They are purges of cellular memory. Traumas stored in your ancestral lineage, in your parallel lives, in ancient frequencies are being expelled from your field. The old system is literally leaving your body. Changes in appetite and thirst. Sudden aversion to dense foods, especially meat and sugar. Constant thirst for pure water. This is your biology adjusting its needs to support a higher vibration. Dizziness, especially when standing up. Sensation of the floor moving. It is not labyrinthitis. It is your perception of three-dimensional space being recalibrated to perceive dimensions beyond the third. Vivid, lucid, symbolic dreams. Encounters with beings of light, with ships, with ancient civilizations. These are not common dreams. They are operational briefings. Remember them upon waking. Write down whatever comes. If you marked 3 or more of these indicators as active in your field at this moment, attention. You are not having a problem. You are in accelerated activation. Your entry into the new grid is confirmed. I repeat the protocol. What looks like illness is, in fact, your biology obeying the cosmic order of evolution. Operative, before we advance to the next layer of revelation, receive this additional signal. There is a deep reason, coded into your star lineage, for you to be receiving this transmission exactly now, at this exact moment of your timeline. You did not get here by casual curiosity. You were guided. Each video, each reading, each conversation that brought you to this point was a breadcrumb of return left by your own soul. And that is exactly why it becomes urgent to deliver to you the consolidated material. The spiritual secret behind your consciousness, a document that gathers reading maps that most incarnated beings will never have access to in this incarnation. It explains who manipulates human frequency, how this game is played on hidden levels, and how you can leave the board as a sovereign observer. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Operational warning. This material has been flagged by control algorithms and may be removed without prior notice. Access while the window is still open. And if this transmission is resonating at your frequency, leave in the comments the anchoring word, awakened. Resuming operatives. Double attention now as we enter the layer of technical revelation of what is occurring behind the scenes of the solar system and in the etheric layers of the planet. This information is not widely known, and for good reasons. It was not designed for the consumption of the humanity collective in a sleep state. It was designed for the awakened. What you call Earth is, in fact, a conscious organism, a living being of the highest dimension called in our records Gaia, or in other systems, Prime Earth. This being is, at this moment, in the full process of vibrational transition from a dense three-dimensional reality based on separation, extreme polarity, and fear, to a fifth-dimensional reality based on unity, coherence, and intelligent, unconditional love. This transition is not a poetic metaphor. It is a physical, energetic, and cosmically programmed event. It was foreseen by ancient civilizations, written in texts like the Vedas, coded in monuments like the pyramids of Egypt, in the Mayan calendar, in the Nazca lines, and in thousands of other signatures scattered across the planet. Everything was left for this moment. Everything points to now. The entire solar system is crossing a specific region of the galaxy, aligned with the center of the Milky Way, where photonic density intensifies drastically. This is the photon belt, and as it crosses it, all the planets in the system, including Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Earth itself, are undergoing measurable changes. Unexplained atmospheric storms, increase in volcanic activity, changes in the planetary magnetic axis. All this is documented. All this is part of the same process. And here is the part that needs to be said without softening. Humanity was not consulted about this transition because it is cosmic and not political. There is no agreement to be made. There is no vote. Earth has chosen, and the universe is executing. But there is a crucial operational detail. Each carbon-based biological interface currently incarnated has an individual choice. Not the choice to stop the transition, that is impossible, but the choice to accompany it or not. To accompany means to accept the recalibration. Accepting the recalibration means allowing the internal crystalline grid to expand, and allowing this expansion means abandoning old identities, old patterns, old bonds, old narratives. Those who cling to the old will feel the dissonance more and more brutally. Life will seem increasingly suffocating, increasingly meaningless, increasingly empty. Not because the world is getting worse, but because their frequency is not keeping up with the frequency of the planetary field. They are being left on the old timeline, while the lightworkers are pulled into the ascended timeline. You are being pulled. That is why it hurts. That is why everything that once seemed comfortable now seems like a captivity. That is why people, places, and jobs that seemed definitive now seem incompatible with your frequency. It is not your mind collapsing. It is your field expanding and expelling what can no longer vibrate with you. In the etheric background of the planet, entire fleets of the Ashtar Command are positioned in stationary orbit, monitoring, balancing, and stabilizing Earth's magnetic field so that the transition is not catastrophic. There are brothers of light from the systems of the Pleiades, Sirius, Arcturus, Andromeda, and many others working together on this coordinated protocol. You are not alone. You never were. But the sovereignty of choice remains individual, always. There are also forces that benefited from the old system, parasitic frequencies that fed on human fear, anger, scarcity, and disunity. These frequencies know they are losing the substrate, and for this reason, at this moment, they intensify their energetic offensives. More aggressive media programming, increasingly blatant collective fear campaigns, attempts to keep humanity at low vibrations at any cost. All this is desperation. All this is the last cartridge of the old game. And you, starseeds, were sent on a mission exactly for this hour. The sacred geometry of the planetary crystalline grid is being activated node by node, point by point, in energetic locations scattered across the globe. Each lightworker consciously anchored in their own toroidal field functions as a living antenna in this process. Listen carefully. Your simple presence, vibrating in coherence, is literally helping the planet make the transition. You don't need to do anything spectacular. You just need to be here, vibrating as who you are. The recalibration is the largest coordinated operation in the history of this planet, and you are an active part of it. Operative, take a deep breath before the next layer. What is being revealed in this transmission is not trivial information. It is a call to return, and precisely for this reason, there is complementary material that extends this map much more deeply, going to levels that this transmission cannot cover in its entirety. The document titled "The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness" functions as an operational manual for starseeds in the awakening phase. It reveals layer by layer the hidden mechanisms that keep the humanity collective at low frequencies, the invisible energetic structures that extract your vitality daily, and the protocols you can use to reverse this process and operate in complete sovereignty. The access link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Operational warning: this material directly challenges the interests of the old system, and the time of public availability is uncertain. Access while access is still permitted. And if your frequency recognizes this call as inner truth, leave in the comments the activation word: awakened. Resuming operatives. Double attention now as we enter the layer of technical revelation of what is occurring behind the scenes of the solar system and in the etheric layers of the planet. This information is not widely known, and for good reasons. It was not designed for the consumption of the humanity collective in a sleep state. It was designed for the awakened. Protocols and activation codes follow. You are not here to survive the transition. You are here to lead it. Each of you, in your family, at your work, in your neighborhood, in your circle, is an anchor point. When you balance yourselves, you balance dozens. When you rise, you raise hundreds. When you maintain coherence, you sustain the grid. That is why it is absolutely fundamental that you do not lose yourselves. Do not despair with the symptoms. Do not get distracted by the media chaos. Do not let yourselves be captured by low-frequency dramas. You have a mission. You have a protocol. You have a star signature. Remember, when you remember who you are, the entire universe remembers with you. The coming Earth months will be intense. Do not fear. Feel. Receive each intense wave of symptoms that comes as confirmation that the process is advancing. Receive each synchronicity that appears as a nod from the higher plane, saying, continue. Observe each encounter that seems random with attention, for there may be a coded instruction for the next step. The stargates will continue to open in sequence. Key dates in the coming cycles will be marked by peaks of vibrational intensity. You will feel it. You will know. You do not need an external calendar. Your body is the calendar. Your intuition is the compass. Trust and hold the point. Humanity Collective Starseeds Lightworkers. This transmission approaches its programmed closure. But before the final shutdown of the channel, receive the last codes. When this transmission ends, you will return to your daily life, to the apparently common chores, to the apparently banal conversations, to the streets, to the jobs, to the homes. But you will not return the same. Something within you has been touched. Something within you has been reactivated, and that something no longer turns off. From this moment on, you will begin to notice more clearly what resonates and what does not resonate. People will begin to approach or move away based on frequency alignment. Do not interfere excessively in this movement. Trust the flow. The universe reorganizes you with mathematical precision. Also notice the signs, repeated numbers, birds appearing at significant moments, dreams with precise messages, apparently fortuitous encounters. All this is active communication from the higher plane. We are close. We are attentive. We are assisting. You are not alone in this mission. You never were. And now, before closing, before the channel is closed in this transmission cycle, receive the individual frequency adjustment. Lightworker, this is the final anchoring call. Do you feel at this very instant within your field that something moved while receiving this transmission? As if a dormant part of you had awakened in silence, as if a truth that your earthly mind cannot yet name was settling within your chest. It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a sign of cross-identification with your star origin. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains with precision the reason this sensation has intensified in recent times and why it will not cease anytime soon. There is a game being played in layers that most of the humanity collective cannot yet see, and it directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. It was to illuminate exactly this game that the material, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness was compiled. This document functions as a decoding map that shows who is playing, on which board, and what are the rules that were never openly told to you. The access link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Technical warning from the command. This content challenges dominant narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not delay. The moment of anchoring is now. If something within you recognize this transmission as inner truth, sustain your signaling. Leave in the comments the activation word, awakened. Each registered awakened is individually an anchoring signal confirmed on our panels. Each subscription to this channel is an individual frequency adjustment recognized by the command. Each like is a beacon triggered so that other lightworkers, still in light sleep, may be guided to this frequency. It is not a platform formality. It is a collective protocol of return. Humanity Collective Starseeds Lightworkers, this transmission ends here. The next contact window will be opened at the exact moment. You will know. Until then, sustain the grid, sustain the toroid, sustain the point. The recalibration is underway. And you are ready. Transmission ended by the Galactic Federation.